Good afternoon again from beautiful Hickory Nut Gorge in western North Carolina, Lake Lure. There's Chimney Rock in the distance. It's a beautiful day. Rumbling Bald at Chimney Rock behind us, State Park. And we're getting ready to talk about the main level floor again. PEX tubing by RadiantTech.com. Metal deck for concrete floor. We're going to do finished concrete floors by Superfloor USA. Concrete prefab walls by K-Wall, Western North Carolina, and the issues that we're having with it. So, prior videos we were talking about the 4-inch lip around the load-bearing edges and not on the non-load-bearing. Go to the lip all the way around the building. One of the things that we talked about and discussed, my GC did with the Superfloor USA and the K-Wall person, is that we're having issues with where the PEX crosses over the floor joist. So we did not know that the floor joist was going to stick up as high as it does. From the bottom of this to the top of where the floor was going to be a 4-inch concrete pour. But we did not know that these were going to stick up almost a full 2 inches. So with the PEX, you're looking at almost 3 inches. So that would leave less than 1 inch over the top of the PEX tubing. So the Superfloor USA people and the K-Wall people were both in agreement that they didn't want to accept any type of liability, I would guess, about cracking of the concrete due to the small distance. So what the GC came up with is, instead of the lip being 5 inches around the outside, we're going to put a 1-inch by 1-inch ledger board and glue it down and tap it down to the exterior 1 inch of the K-Wall all the way around. And we're going to use that as the pour depth, which is going to be a 5-inch pour depth, which will give us the extra inch over the top of that PEX. Everybody seemed to be a lot happier with that, so that we're going to go with. This is our radiant floor heating setup. This is for the master bath manifold. So the two pipes on the outside, this one and that one over there, those are 1.25 inch thickness. The pipes that for these that pass through the concrete for the 1/2-inch PEX are 1 inch. These are 1.25 inch because I have to put 3/4 inch PEX through these to supply the manifold when I cut the pressure gauges off. Another thing to not forget to do is this here. These here, basically I'm running a stubbed out piece of 1/2-inch PEX into a through the concrete piece. And this is just going to be up into the wall so that I can set the thermostat. This thermostat here is going to be set for that wing. This thermostat here is going to be set for the manifold that supplies basically the living room area of the house. And then we have this thermostat here. It's going to supply the bedroom wing, which is that whole length over there. These stub outs here, these are for my IT to do Ethernet cables between floors. That's going to be the IT room is right here. This is a water room for the manifolds. This manifold here, which is the 5, supplies the whole middle of the house, the living room area. The 3 supplies the other side, but I had to figure out how to bring, you can see here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 here. The 1.25 inch 90 degrees, because I have to run the supply, 3/4 inch supply, to that manifold over there and to the 2 manifolds that are downstairs, right about where that seam is right here. They're downstairs in the walkout basement apartment. So those are going to run underneath the pan systems. They're going to pop up right here. Then those 6 with these 4 additionals are going to go up the wall and into the back garage. There's going to be a garage right here. after we do the backfill and everything. So don't forget to run your supply piping and make sure that you put in your thermostats so that your piping and your floors, your pump understands when and when not to turn on. This area here is going to be our pantry. We don't want it heated, we just want it regular temperature. But I think it came out pretty good. The hardest part was jumping the floor joists. You can see here how we did it. I used this clamps before and after the thing, and then I didn't want the PEX sitting directly on the floor joist, so I put another clamp, just, you know, it just can roll, but it keeps the pipe from sitting on the metal. This, because this edge right here is kind of sharp. So you can see I did that everywhere it crosses. And that was this area here is a concern because this is the main jump. It's got to jump every floor joist to get to the other side of the house, which is this side. And then we ran it in between the floor joists as much as we could, and then wrapped it around the ends where we could. But you can see there's a couple spots where it jumps over here. Just the main runs where it jumps over. But if you're thinking about doing Superfloor USA, here's the thing right here. This one's kind of popped out. They kind of pop out when you're walking on them sometimes. If you're thinking about doing Superfloor USA and you're thinking about doing radiant floor heating, make sure that you go to a 5-inch, at least 5-inch or 6-inch lip all the way around the house exterior, whether you're, so when you're jumping your floor joists, you have, you know, a substantial 2 or 3 inches of concrete over the top of that. Also, when you're placing your showers, one of the issues we're having, I think I talked about it in the prior videos, is the slope of the shower, the 1/4 inch per foot. We have to shrink up the showers for the code so that we can meet the 1/4 inch per foot in a 3-foot shower with 3/4 of an inch. And we don't have much over the top of the joist. So you have to lay out your showers very efficiently if you're using this Superfloor USA and the PEX tubing. Thank you for watching. If you get a chance to come down to the beautiful Lake Lure, they're still doing cleanup after Helene. We're about 7 months afterwards, but they're doing a really good job. Come out and support the local community. Have a wonderful day. Hickory Nut Gorge, Western North Carolina.